Good afternoon, it's Heidi and welcome back to my plot. I have a couple of hours free this afternoon. Baby's asleep, so I thought I'd come down and do a little video update, so hope you enjoy. It's really quite blowy today. It's really warm, a little bit grey, but really nice. So I just hope that you can hear me because the buntings are flapping behind me. So in the last video we did our harvesting of our running bed and we kind of just left with an open bed. So I'm wondering if I've got any seeds left to plant, because we're at the end of August and I'm not quite sure what will actually be worth sowing. I'm going to have a look in my shed in a few minutes and see what seeds I've got. I do have Christmas vegetables, but I think it could be a bit late, although I might just do it anyway and just see, because the weather is just so unpredictable at the moment. So there it is, looking a little bit bare and a little bit sorry. We've got something growing there and I don't know if that's chard or spinach or what. I didn't intentionally plant that there, but I'm not complaining because it looks quite nice. But we do have more beetroot to pick. I can see some really nice ones down here. One big one there, and I think there's a couple more there, which I think I'm going to pick. And just take a look at my sweet corn. Have you seen anything so amazing? I'm sure you have, but can you believe that them little tiny seedlings have gone from that to them? And look, we've got actual sweet corn growing. One there, one there. They're just everywhere. See? Just honestly, for anyone who hasn't got an allotment or doesn't grow their own, just the sense of satisfaction is just so worth it. And then we've got a little pumpkin coming here. And I've got a feeling that might grow really big. So I don't know whether I need to support it somehow or whether the idea of growing it over the arch is a good one, but I know people do it and I don't want to kind of give up on my little idea. So what I might do is either string it up to put like a little net round it, so to hold it up rather than the actual stem being responsible for holding the weight, because I think that stem will eventually snap. Or I've seen an idea whereby you get some old tights and you use the tights as a support, but I don't have any tights here, so I think it's going to have to be the string idea. My sunflowers have seen better days, but hopefully there'll be lots of seeds in there, so I'll be able to collect some of them seeds eventually when they're completely done. And we have some beans, and I did pick a few the other day, but we've got some nice French beans here. And what can I say apart from thank you God, this is just absolutely amazing, because you have to give thanks and be grateful for this, because this is just what, planting a few seeds and all these have come, all this food. Although Louis probably won't want to eat the beans, but I'm sure he will enjoy a few barbecued sweet corns because they look amazing. And my honeysuckle arch is just beautiful, man. Just the smell of this honeysuckle arch is just beautiful. You walk through it, it's just the sweetest smell. And my little clematis there, giving a little bit more colour. I've got more strawberries coming. Then I didn't even know that they did two kind of crops. Especially these, didn't know, but I've got loads of runners which I can cut and plant and extend my strawberry bed, which I'm really pleased about. do a little tour. My little courgette in my pot, looking a bit yellow. Still feeding it and watering it, but it's still, look, it's still producing. Got 2 courgettes there. A little baby one there underneath. So in the next couple of days I'll pick them. I won't let them get too big. But all I can say is look at that tyre. And look at all them beautiful nasturtiums. And the flowers are just beautiful. And the taste so peppery and so sweet and lovely. And I'm still getting an absolute abundance of blackberries. I've picked hundreds. Me and Louie picked absolutely loads, and they're still coming and coming, as are the raspberries, although we don't have that many raspberry trees anymore. The ones that we do have, look at that, are beautiful and sweet, and baby absolutely loves them. I'm really hoping that this winter our immune systems are strong. And we've got carrots, and our carrots are looking alright, and Louis actually picked a couple of these sneakily and seen him sat chomping on them, which is good. At least it's getting him some veggies into him. But I'm gonna pick one, why not, and let's see what this is looking like. I'm hoping it's not tiny. Oh, a little dinky one. I'll save that for him. But he said they were really sweet. It's a funny shape. I'm gonna sit down for a minute. So that was the tour of the plot in a nutshell. I still haven't showed you inside the polytunnel, and I'm intrigued to see what it looks like, because I can see from the outside that it looks a little bit like a jungle in there. So I'm hoping we've got some things to pick. So I'm going to sit down, have something to eat, and then I'll be back in a minute to show you. I'm not very well prepared today. I literally dashed out the house, dropped Louie off at rugby. I thought I'm hungry, and I found a pot noodle in the shed, but I've got no forks or knives in there, which I thought I had, so I'm having to eat it with a baby spoon. Honestly, I'm a bit of a scruff, but who cares? And I'm sat in a garden full of food, and I'm eating a pot noodle. These are the things you've got to do. You've got to improvise. But yeah, garden's looking great. What can I say? It is a big job, and I would just wish I could spend more time here. And it has been a bit of a struggle in the holidays, because, you know, Louis doesn't always want to come. I'm sometimes a bit tired to come, or when we do come, it's not as easy to just get on with it, because I've got baby and, you know, a few other things going on. But I'm enjoying today because I'm by myself. Baby's asleep. I've got my pot noodle. And, you know, I just think this is amazing. Just enjoying it for what it is, and just seeing everything thriving. It's just, I don't know, feel a real sense of achievement. And I know we've got our new plot to get on with, but there's no major rush to get on with that one, seeing as though we're towards the end of the season, really. Although I'm hoping the polytunnel will still keep us going with fresh food for a little longer. But I do feel like we've done a lot in the last few months, since what, end of April, May. That was much harder than what it was worth. Remember to bring some cutlery down next time. But anyway, it filled the little hole, and now I will show you the inside of our polytunnel. Oh my gosh, how am I even supposed to get in there? Oh my good lord. Look at the size of my courgettes. Oh my god. And it is a tad warm in here. Oh, look at my tomatoes. Oh my good lord, I don't even know what to do here. I mean, I knew things were growing, but I didn't expect them to be like this. I don't even know where to start. I'm just absolutely amazed. I mean, what? I can't even get through. But I'm pleased to say, despite all the foliage. I mean, look at the size of this courgette leaf. Look at my hand. That is just ginormous. That it's actually growing some courgettes and it's not all just leaves. You see the flowers? A little baby one there, look. And there's definitely some on the other one. I just don't want to tread on my little plant, on my big plants, to show you. See? I just can't believe it. I cannot believe how mental these plants have gone. Tomatoes, or some of them need picking because some of them are falling. And no doubt they'll split if they don't get picked now. Look at all these side shoots. It's so hard to keep up in here because the heat is just sending them, don't know. But I'm going to have to nip some of the side shoots and foliage off these tomatoes because I cannot see the wood for the trees here. Look at all this. And I have planted some little, do you know them little, what they call them? I can't even think of the call. The side shoots that are quite big. I just stuck some in the ground thinking, hoping that they'd come, and they have. Got two there, one, and then one behind. And my little snapped one is still going, look. And some little tiny cherries there. So all I can say is just, I'm so happy. So happy, but just a bit overwhelmed with this because this is not what I thought. This is just, wow. Harvested some tomatoes, you see. I think all but one are alright. That one's split, and I think possibly because it's had too much water. Sometimes they just need picking. Rather pick them too early than too late, because that's what happens. And the thing is, even if you do pick them when they're still a little bit green, they'll ripen. So happy with that. I've just spotted some leaves which are a little bit brown. Now I don't know if that is blight or not. I've never actually had tomatoes with blight, but I've cut them off because I'm scared that if it is blight that it'll affect all the other tomato plants and I'll have to get rid of the lot. So I've took quite a lot of foliage out, some which is looking a little bit black, a little bit crispy. Like I say, I hope it isn't blight, but if it is blight, I'm hopefully slowing it down by getting rid of any foliage that's been affected. And one thing that you shouldn't do is add it to your compost because it'll just totally damage your compost. So I'll get rid of that in a bag, and I'll probably take it to the refuse place. Look at that. Loads of foliage. All gone, but for the best. And now look, I can see all my tomatoes in the glory. Look at all them. There's plenty, isn't there? So hopefully now, with a bit more light and a bit more air and a bit more space, my tomatoes might have a chance of ripening. And I'll be able to see them to actually pick them before they split. Now, just inspected some of my radishes, and there's quite a lot of little woodlicey things in here chomping. I've just seen a load on the tomatoes, but look, I have to pull these out, look, totally being eaten. But I might as well just get rid of them, start again. I've still got time. Look, can you see there the culprit? Oh, and look, oh my goodness, a big fat slug that can get thrown out of here, because that, it will be causing a lot of damage. My kohlrabi, and that's looking alright, but it has been munched, so we don't need things like that in here. It's gone. But there's nothing I can do about these little woodlice things, because, you know, there's that many of them. I can't do a lot about that at the minute. My beetroot seem to be growing, but I don't know if these would be better off outside, you know, in the cooler.
cooler climate. I've just found another one, look. You see? Oh, there's a woodlice on top of it, look. Absolutely rotten. Let's try and get it out of here. On this. All sticky and horrible. Ugh. Got it.
So yeah, I'll get rid of that. But yeah, I'll leave the door open on the polytunnel for a bit, let some air in. I've got a feeling it's blight. I don't want to speak too soon in case it's not. But I've done my best to get rid of the foliage that's affected, plus a load more which is just sprouted with the heat that doesn't really need to be on the plant. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I think I'll call it a day because I'm absolutely boiling hot. There's not a lot I can do. Well, there is, I've got plenty to do, but in the time I've got, I'm not going to have time to finish it all today. So I might come back tomorrow and do a bit more. That's bagged up and ready to go to the bin. And now I think I'll just hang my pumpkin, maybe sow some seeds, or I might leave that tomorrow. Just going to use this for now, and string tie them pumpkins. It's a temporary measure really. I think I will use tights. I might just see if I can get some from a charity shop, just cut them up. Because they're stretchy, they're letting the light. And it'll be a bit protective for the pumpkins actually. But for now, I'm just going to make a makeshift kind of net and see if this will do. But that'll do for now. Just tied underneath there. I just chucked it on. It's holding up alright until I get something a little bit more robust. But yeah, it weighs quite a little bit, that little pumpkin does, but I'm just scared that the actual stem will snap, so that will do. So I'm going to have to put a halt on the seed sowing, unfortunately, but saying that, I could do with getting a few more bits anyway, maybe some more beetroot, because there still is time for beetroot, but I need to hurry up and get them in now. So we'll leave it for tomorrow, and then it's the next day, and I did come back. I got some beetroot seeds, and I also got some cabbage and some more radishes, because the radishes that I did have growing were either eaten or they just didn't develop into anything worth eating, so we'll try again. So I'm going to sow the beetroot where my onions were, and hopefully, if not by the end of this year, we might get some. If not, it's worth a shot, isn't it, while the weather's still nice. So I'll try these radishes because Louie's little garden, they just totally failed. Right, on that note, I'm going to call it a day. This little one needs feeding and I need a drink of water, so thank you for watching again. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again next time. Please like, subscribe, comment and share, and let me know how you are getting on with your allotments. Bye for now.